Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another session in the Growth Mindset Collective. Here is with Nikki Hall. Welcome, Nikki.
Hi, Ava. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're so glad to be here with you today, and we're gonna jump into a topic, extension a little bit from the goal setting into strategic planning for 2025, turning vision into action. So Nikki here has some exciting things she wants to share with us. So go ahead, Nikki. Let's rock and roll.
Let's do this. So first thing I wanted to say is the first thing we have to do is pace ourselves now for it's mid-November. We want to pace ourselves down into the end of our year. If that's your year end, we want to keep a steady pace so we don't lose any money, any consistency, any momentum we have going. But we mentally and emotionally want to start gearing down a little bit, so we have enough room within us to start gearing up for our vision in the new year. And it's very important that we have a vision for the next year. One of my mentors said it really well, and I think I've already mentioned it on here before. And if you don't have a vision or the goal, you look like a cork on the ocean floating around. You're just beating around, you going everywhere. And the outside factors of life will take you wherever they go. And after 10 years, you're going to look at what you've done or what you've accomplished. You're not going to be happy about it. So have a vision and break that down into a goal, so to speak. So what I want to do is help you set your perfect vision for the new year. That's my dog. She had an itch. Did you hear it? Dunk, dunk, dunk. It's not somebody at the door. Okay, so I want to get you to look at something for the new year. And so your vision for the next year should be directly something toward that chunk of accumulation that you're building on for something significant. It can't be a short-term desire. It has to be bigger than something short-term, like losing 10 pounds. It has to be connected to your vision and your purpose. And that purpose and your vision and your goals has to function together. So think of purpose, vision, and goal as a three-legged chair that stays up like a three-legged stool to serve as your foundation for the success, the happiness, and the fulfillment that you'll get in your life. And that is part of the energy, that is part of the dedication, that is part of the fulfillment that you want to get to keep that motor and that engine going and keeping it steady for you. You want to create the life you truly want, and you need all of these things, these three things: your purpose, your vision, and your goals. And that is to amalgamate and get complete the path to where you want to go, to move to, right? So in other words, if you're missing one, you're not going to make it. The contraption won't stand up. So let's think about this. A simple way to avoid setting your vision that isn't right for you is to always consider them in the larger purpose, the larger vision, the larger goal context. Always have it in the bigger picture.
Yeah. Kind of like what is your why behind? How big is your why, right?
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm moving into. The great way of thinking of purpose, vision, and goals is your why, your what, and your how, respectively. Exactly like Ava just said.
Yay.
You can, yay! Jazz hands. You have a vision. You can't have a vision without a purpose, which is your why. So if you don't yet know your purpose, you have to get quiet. You have to get real with yourself. While you're taking the momentum down this year, start visualizing and start figuring out what your true purpose is, because that is your big why. So simply put, your purpose is what you were put on the earth for. Everybody's meant to be a bigger, better, badder person within the elements of their own gift.
Yeah, and one thing, if I may add here, I used to be in a space where it's like, well, I don't know why I'm here, what my purpose is, because maybe you're just coming from that space where you haven't truly opened up yet to the possibilities out there. And that's okay too. The divine time will come when it will show itself, but you have to be patient, meditate on it, go for nature walk. Sometimes, believe me, things come to me in the weirdest spot where it's having a shower because that water's coming down. You all of a sudden relax and your mind opens up. Boom, idea. That's why sometimes I leave a notepad next to my shower and I take notes if something comes to me that's really amazing. But that's just one way, right? There's a
Yes, now
lot of ways it can come to you. So give yourself grace, even if you're not sure what your purpose is at that specific time. But do ask the question because it will lead you to the right answer eventually.
exactly. Ava really hit on something that's really important here. She was describing a mindset of conversation. And yet, think about I know you could relate to exactly what she said. Now, think about that in your life. And when you got that boom, like she just expressed, were you hearing words or did you just get a gut nudge and get it? That is the zone that you must be in with your higher power, your higher self to your higher power. That is manifestation. That is creation. That is the truest sense of you coming forward.
That's right.
And that's always the answer. Anytime you get that, like Ava just said, that is part of your answer or your whole answer. The tricky part is you have to act on it, or you have to remember it long enough to get out of the shower to write it down, or to stop driving and to write it down.
Yeah. Yeah, but it all comes with time sometimes, at the
Yes.
beginning,
Yeah.
things are not always perfect, but they do, when you listen to yourself, when you listen to your gut feeling, your intuitive hit, um, when you start trusting yourself, once, twice, it just comes naturally after a while. It's like, oh yeah, that thing, and it's just all of a sudden you'll be a pro at it. It does take time sometimes, doesn't have to be, but if you're in a space where you're just starting this or you listen to us and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I do want to, make something more of myself in this life or do something more exciting for once, then those are the steps. So Nikki will guide you uh on your next steps. Go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually gonna do 5 steps with you. But first I want to remind you, like to find your purpose, ask yourself, what do you love? Like, where is your love? Where is your passion? When you're getting an intuitive hit, that is where your love and passion, creation, desire, all that is stemming within that intuitive hit. And then ask yourself, what feels right to you? Dig in and find that. So let's see, let's jump on over to setting your vision. Setting your vision for the new year has to have, oh, I've got to go back up here because there's a mindset that you need to go with, um, or some steps that I want to share with you. So, first, your vision is a description or an intention that gets you up in the morning, guides your action throughout the day, and fuels your dreams at night. That's when the great thinkers say to you, you have to love what you do. You have to love your choice. You have to love this. That's the definition of what they mean by love. It has to be an intention that gets you up in the morning, that guides your actions and thinking, Does that all the way throughout the day, and it fuels your dreams at night. Those are the goals that you want. That's the goal you want to create. Now, it helps if you create a vision statement. Everybody's different and everybody uses different tools. So in this case, for building this, you get a lot of clarity and you get a lot of movement in the manner of thinking if you create a vision statement. Also, um, if you write it down, detail, 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 detail. And if you think you're going to write it down and you're going to write negative points, draw a line down the sheet, put the negative points on the other side, because you're going to take scissors, cut right up there and get rid of those negative points. If you need to express them, but you're not going to talk about them again. You're going to go, oh, there was guys out. It's just like cutting the fat off your steak. Okay, so now let's take some steps here. First thing, first thing you want to do is you want to fantasize. You want to sit and you want to live in it. You want to exist in it. You want to think about how it's going to unfold, like your wedding day, or when you decided I'm going to get my license, or significant moments. You sat there and you visualized and you thought about it. And you thought about the way you're going to go, how you're going to book off some time. Fantasize about that and where your priority is and how you're going to do it. So visualize in your mind what it is you would like very much to be, do, or have by the end of next year. Because you want to be reasonable with yourself. You don't want to start the goal and have certain expectation. Life happens and you want to pace yourself. So this is a real core goal that you're going to foster and you're going to be happy with yourself at the end of the year. So let your imagination go, write everything down that comes to mind, especially the things that feel like they are beyond your reach right now. Really, when you're working with your higher power and you're working in the world of creation and manifestation, that really isn't any of our business because it happens. You just have to have the loyalty, the dedication to be able to move forward, the perseverance, the tenacity. And this part of the equation is really important. You have to have the expectation. You have to sow the expectation in there also. So, and then the next step is once you've made the list and you think you've seen it, or if you have a list and you have a couple of things that you think you want, go through it and be fair to yourself. Pick one. Pick one. Sometimes on the bigger goals, we end up achieving, like let's say this is where you start this year and this is the end of this year. Sometimes with our bigger goals, we achieve the other things that we're interested in, but pick one and don't have any more expectation than that. All the rest will be gifts and bonus and affirmation, but keep your eye on the end goal, and only one goal. Number 3 is write your why down. Write out why you want to achieve your goal that you want to choose. Write it down and be clear and be certain so that when the wind blows, your answers, your words here are not going to let you fall. The words here are not going to let you fall. You will have a clear pathway that will help you stay on board. Another step that I find that is a tool is get a little cheater card. Write down what your goal is and put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, put it where your keys are. Just have this little card so that when you're remembering, I don't have a card right now in front of me. I might have. So when you're remembering what you're going to do, no, I don't. So when you're doing your life, you open your phone and you see your goal card. You go for your keys, you see your goal card. And it's a subconscious, unconscious thing that happens. You hold it, and that goes firing up in your brain in a microsecond, and it keeps presence of mind.
That's right.
So it's, yeah, right.
Yeah, Bob Proctor talks about this specific method as well. I mean, you can adjust it to however it is fit for you, but I have a gold card in my in my wallet, and I carry throughout my day. But the only thing is, I may not use my wallet every hour or so, maybe once a day. So I don't see it as often as I like to, but I carry my phone with me all the time. So what I do is I have a snapshot of that gold card, and just looking at it, like Nikki says here, just looking and remembering it, it fires back, things in your mind. It's like, oh yeah, there's my goal. And then you smile at it. It's like, yeah, this is what I'm working. This is my goal and why I'm working towards it. And even on the back of the goal card, in the front, you will have the goal, on the back, your big why, right? It's a great reminder to stay focused, stay on track, and things like that. So whatever works for you, because not everybody's the same, right? I mean,
Yes,
if you're a guy, most guys do carry the wallets in their pockets. Yeah, you have the chance of taking it out every hour or so. It's like, oh yeah, thank you,
yeah,
the reminder. But
yeah,
for some of us, may not be doable. So that's why you
yeah.
adjust accordingly, right?
Yeah, yeah, I got it in my phone, and even though, when you open the phone, you can't quite see it all the time, but it's there, and your hand touches it, and that constantly or continuously creates a mindset, and you're thinking about it, whether it's prevalent out in the front or it's passive. There's mind share that exists on a continual basis, then, or helps you maintain it on a quiet, there you go, on a quiet, consistent basis. Yeah, I probably have one in this one here, but I don't dare take it out.
Yeah, I have this one actually from Bob Proctor Coaching, the original goal card I made a while back, and I carry it with me because it's a big goal. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna reveal it because it's for my
yes,
heart
here's
and
mine.
soul. There you go.
Yeah,
But I do carry it, and it's there. So if you like a copy
yeah,
of one of those forms, do message us. We can definitely give you one of those ones already made up. We have them. So if you
yeah,
like one, just message us. Go ahead, Nikki. Go
yes.
ahead with your action steps.
All right, we're going to finish it off now with the last step. And that is with Earl Nightingale. He really hit on this quite nicely. And there's a few times in the history of being mentored that some of my mentors said this story, but from them asking other people who are brilliant and successful, and they asked the same question to these brilliant people and said, what is the tool that is most effective for you? How did you get to where you are? And Earl Nightingale shared this great technique that can help you achieve your goals as well. And he said, each night, write down 6 tasks for the following day. Make each one manageable enough that you know you will be able to get it done that day and commit yourself to them. I do this every night. I don't do it like every, I don't do it really at night, so to speak. I might do it at 4 o'clock. I might do it at 6 o'clock. I might do it maybe at 8 o'clock, but that is about the latest I'll do it because you have to still have a presence of mind and a clarity. So you're not carrying the burden of what you have to do during dinner, casual walk, fun time, quality time with your family. So find a time at what you would define the end of the day and make this list. Make each one of these manageable enough that you will be able to get it done that next day. That is important because you don't want it to be a big goal where you have to break it down in several goals. Well, that's your 6 goals. So make it realistic. And Earl Nightingale says, do this and you will be making constant, steady progress toward realizing your vision and fulfillment of your purpose, of your vision, and ending each day with a sense of a real sense of accomplishment That will leave you with an incredible feeling of confidence and control in your life. And that is so very important. It's such a positive tool and it'll help you get a great night's sleep. And that's it. Those are my steps. And that's how we get to conquer the moving forward into the new year.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Nikki. That was wonderful. So many wonderful tips. And believe me, if you start implementing these tips, they'll definitely pay off in the long run, short run, because there's some short goals, longer goals, but they definitely will um, help you out with your day-to-day life and beyond that. So Nikki, that was wonderful. One thing I also was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza recently, sometimes we get in those moments that it's like, oh, I really don't want to do it. He says, you know what, you got to stop that game in your mind. And he uses the technique of 3, 2, 1. And so sometimes if you don't want to just start counting back 3, 2, 1, you're gonna do it. And your mind shifts from that procrastination to getting it done. So I use his tips sometimes nowadays because, sometimes we get used to our own patterns and it's like, time to break them, invent something new, use a different technique just so it helps us to continue moving forward. Because, sometimes, our mind does like to play tricks on us, but this is where we have to, stand up for ourselves, take action, and move forward, right?
Perfect.
Yay. So I hope you guys found something valuable in our video today. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to us. We're here to help you grow and expand. And have a beautiful and amazing year next year. But we got to start planning now, warming up to it, because when we start getting into that habit, it definitely helps us grow and expand. So thank you so much for watching today, and I hope everybody has a beautiful day. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Ava.
You're
Bye,
welcome. Take care,
everyone.
everyone. Bye-bye.